Hello, my name is Sam Balot. The following slideshow was created for a 7th grade social studies class. First of all, to introduce them to the West Virginia coal industry, highlight some of the good and the bad aspects of coal, and furthermore, to introduce them to renewable sources of energy, such as wind power and solar power. The first few slides will delve into the West Virginia coal industry. Coal was first discovered in West Virginia in 1742 by John Peter Sally in Boone County. The photograph seen here is from a coal mine in Clarksburg, West Virginia in the 1920s. Coal occurs in 53 of West Virginia's 55 counties. Only Jefferson and Hardy in the eastern panhandle have no coal. 43 counties have reserves of mineable economic coal. There are 117 named coal seams in West Virginia. The West Virginia coal industry provides about 30,000 direct jobs in West Virginia, including miners, mine contractors, coal preparation plant employees, and mine supply companies. In 2008, West Virginia mines produced over 165 million tons. Coal raises $3.5 billion in revenue for West Virginia annually. The coal industry payroll is nearly $2 billion per year. The four main types of mines are shaft mines, slope mines, drift mines, and surface mines. Surface mining is also known as mountaintop removal mining. Mountaintop removal mining is a form of surface mining that involves the mining of the summit or summit ridge of a mountain. Coal seams are extracted from a mountain by removing the land or overburden above the seams. The land may be dumped back on the ridge and compacted to reflect the approximate original contour of the mountain. It is the predominant method of coal mining in Appalachian Mountains in the eastern United States. Opposition contend that mountaintop removal is the destructive and unsustainable practice that benefits a small number of corporations at the expense of local communities and the environment. Though the main issue has been over the physical alteration of the landscape, opponents to the practice have also criticized mountaintop removal for the damage done to the environment by massive transport trucks and the environmental damage done by the burning of coal for power. Blasting at mountaintop removal sites also expels dust and flying rock into the air, which can disturb or settle onto private property nearby. The dust may contain sulfur compounds which corrode structures and is a health hazard. Another negative impact of mining is deforestation, which is the removal of trees and vegetation by mining companies to allow easier access to the mines. Though this does make the miner's job easier, it eliminates a huge portion of the ecosphere around the mines. Acid mine drainage is another huge impact mining has on the environment. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, finds that streams near some valleys filled with mountaintop removal mines contain higher levels of minerals in the water and decreased aquatic biodiversity. This statement also estimates that 724 miles of Appalachian streams were buried by valley fills between 1985 and 2001. On September 28, 2010, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Independent Science Advisory Board released their first draft review of EPA's research into the water quality impacts of valley fills associated with mountaintop mining, agreeing with the EPA's conclusion that valley fills are associated with increased levels of conductivity threatening aquatic life in surface waters. Coal is a fossil fuel. The problem is fossil fuels are non-renewable. They are limited in supply and will one day be depleted. There is no escaping this conclusion. Fossil fuels form from plants and animals that lived hundreds of millions of years ago and became buried way underneath the Earth's surface, where they remain collectively transformed into combustible materials we used for fuel. This pie chart shows us how reliant we are on coal as an energy source. Greenhouse gases are another drawback to using fossil fuels as sources of energy. Fossil-fueled power stations are major emitters of greenhouse gas, which lead to global warming. Since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the burning of fossil fuels has contributed to a 40% increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Alternative energy is an interesting concept when you think about it. In our global society, it simply means energy that is produced from sources other than primary energy supplies, such as fossil fuels. Solar power is one such renewable resource. Solar power is radiant light and heat from the sun, which humans have learned to harness and store energy to power their homes. The sun transmits energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation. When this radiation is absorbed by the solar cells, a chemical reaction occurs, causing rapid electron movement. Because of the way the cells are manufactured with layers of material with differing atomic structures, the electrons are forced to move in one direction, creating direct current, or DC. It then flows into an inverter, which converts the DC into alternating current, or AC, to be used in your home or business. Hydroelectricity is the term referring to electricity generated by hydropower, the production of electrical power through the use of the gravitational force of falling or flowing water. It is the most widely used form of renewable energy, accounting for 16% of global electricity generation. The cost of hydroelectricity is relatively low, making it a competitive source of renewable electricity. The average cost of electricity from a hydro plant larger than 10 megawatts is 3 to 5 US cents per kilowatt hour. Hydro is also a flexible source of electricity, since plants can be ramped up and down very quickly to adapt to changing energy demands. However, damming interrupts the flow of rivers and can harm local ecosystems, and building large dams and reservoirs often involves displacing people and wildlife. Once a hydroelectric complex is constructed, the project produces no direct waste and has a considerably low output level of the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide than fossil fuel-powered energy power plants. Though it was never used for hydroelectrical purposes, the Tiger Dam in Taylor County was set up as a hydroelectric power source. Wind power is the conversion of wind energy into the useful form of energy, such as using wind turbines to make electrical power, windmills for mechanical power, wind pumps for watering, pumping, or drainage, or sails to propel ships. Wind power as an alternative to fossil fuels is plentiful, renewable, widely distributed, clean, produces no greenhouse gas emissions during operation, and uses little land. The effects on the environment are generally less problematic than those from other power sources. In 2010, wind energy production was over 2.5% of total worldwide electrical usage, and growing rapidly at more than 25% annually. The monetary cost per unit of energy produced is similar to the cost for new coal and natural gas installations.